If you're overseas, chances are your body is quietly fighting inflammation every day. You may not feel it like a fever or see it like a bruise, but the stiffness in your knees, the swelling in your fingers, or the fatigue after simple chores, those are signs. And while some people turn to ibuprofen or other anti-inflammatory medications, there's another approach that could be even more effective and much gentler on your body. I'm talking about vegetables. Yes, simple, everyday vegetables, but not just any kind. There are 5 that stand out because of their powerful anti-inflammatory compounds, especially polyphenols, flavonoids, and antioxidants, backed by years of research. And what's even better? They don't come with the long-term risks that pain pills might. Let's start with kale. This leafy green isn't just for trendy smoothies. It's one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. Rich in quercetin, vitamin K, and chlorophyll, kale actively helps reduce oxidative stress and supports the natural repair of joint tissue. What most seniors don't realize is that inflammation often starts in the gut. And kale, being a great source of fiber and prebiotics, helps balance your gut microbiome, your internal defense system. Then we have broccoli. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli contain sulforaphane, a compound shown to block the enzymes that drive inflammation in joint cartilage. Think of it like nature's ibuprofen, without the stomach irritation or long-term kidney concerns. In one study, older adults who included more broccoli in their diet reported less joint pain and better mobility after just 8 weeks. The key isn't eating huge amounts, it's consistency. Next is bok choy, or Chinese cabbage. While it's mild in taste, it's anything but mild in effect. Bok choy is loaded with vitamin C, beta-carotene, and calcium, all essential for reducing inflammatory cytokines and supporting bone health. Seniors who consume bok choy regularly often see improvements in flexibility and balance, 2 things that can drastically reduce the risk of falls. Then there's red onion. Unlike white or yellow onions, red onions are particularly rich in anthocyanins, the same compounds that give berries their vibrant color and strong anti-inflammatory effects. These anthocyanins work by inhibiting the same inflammatory pathways targeted by NSAIDs, but without the digestive upset. And finally, turmeric. While not a vegetable in the traditional sense, turmeric root deserves its place on this list. Curcumin, its active ingredient, is one of the most studied natural anti-inflammatories. It helps block NF-κB, a molecule linked to numerous age-related diseases including arthritis, Alzheimer's, and heart disease. What's powerful is that when these 5 foods are combined in your diet, whether in soups, stir-fries, or roasted trays, they don't just reduce inflammation. They also help your body rebuild. Seniors who adopt an anti-inflammatory diet often report better sleep, reduced joint stiffness in the morning, and even more stable moods. That's because inflammation isn't just about pain. It's also linked to memory, digestion, immunity, and emotional health. And unlike medications, these foods nourish you while they heal you. So, if you've been relying on painkillers or supplements alone, it might be time to look at your plate instead. Because sometimes, the most powerful medicine doesn't come in a bottle. It grows in your garden, or waits patiently in the produce aisle. Now let's talk about how these vegetables actually work inside your body, and why they're especially helpful after age 60. You see, as we grow older, our immune system starts to behave differently. It becomes more trigger-happy. Even minor stressors, like poor sleep, processed foods, or sitting too long, can cause it to release inflammatory chemicals that damage healthy tissue instead of protecting it. This is known as inflammaging, and it's one of the biggest silent threats to healthy aging. But here's the good news. Certain plant compounds can calm this overactive response. And vegetables like kale, broccoli, bok choy, red onions, and turmeric are loaded with exactly those compounds. For example, sulforaphane in broccoli helps activate your body's own antioxidant defense system. It doesn't just fight off free radicals, it helps your cells repair the damage. That means less joint wear and tear, slower cartilage breakdown, and even better memory, because inflammation plays a role in cognitive decline too. Meanwhile, the anthocyanins in red onions support blood vessel flexibility. This is especially important for seniors dealing with high blood pressure or cold hands and feet, because healthy blood vessels help deliver oxygen to your muscles and brain. And remember, poor circulation is one of the top reasons older adults feel tired or foggy during the day. Let's not forget turmeric. A study published in the journal Phytotherapy Research found that taking curcumin daily reduced joint pain as effectively as ibuprofen, but without the stomach side effects. And here's something you might not know. Curcumin works better when taken with fat and black pepper. That's why adding it to a warm vegetable stir-fry with olive oil and a sprinkle of pepper can give you maximum benefit. These aren't just cooking tips, they're absorption strategies backed by science. Now you might be wondering, do I have to eat all 5 of these every day? The answer is no, but including 2 or 3 servings a day, even just a handful of roasted broccoli or a kale salad at lunch, can make a real difference. And consistency matters more than quantity. Unlike medication, which works quickly and then wears off, food works slowly, but its effects build over time. Seniors who shift their diets toward more anti-inflammatory vegetables often report that their joint pain fades gradually, their digestion improves, and even their moods stabilize. That's not a coincidence. Chronic inflammation affects the gut, the brain, the joints, and even your ability to sleep. If you've ever woken up with stiff fingers, felt like your knees crack more than they used to, or needed a nap after doing chores that once felt easy, that's inflammation talking. But instead of reaching for another pill, try reaching for your cutting board. Add turmeric to your scrambled eggs. Toss kale into your soup. Use thinly sliced red onions in a sandwich instead of deli meat. These small swaps add up, and your body notices. Because nature doesn't just feed us, it helps us heal, if we let it. One of the most surprising things I've seen in my practice is that many seniors already eat vegetables, but still suffer from chronic inflammation. Why? Because how you prepare and eat these foods matters just as much as what you eat. You see, some of the most powerful nutrients in anti-inflammatory vegetables are extremely sensitive to heat, storage, or digestion. And without knowing it, many people overcook, undercombine, or skip essential steps that reduce their benefits. So let's go over the most common mistakes and how to fix them. The first mistake? Overcooking. When vegetables like broccoli or kale are boiled for too long, they lose much of their vitamin C and sulforaphane, the very compounds that reduce joint swelling and protect cartilage. If your broccoli turns olive green and mushy, it's already lost much of its power. A better method? Lightly steaming or roasting. Steaming broccoli for just 3-4 minutes retains more nutrients while softening it enough for easier chewing. Kale can be gently sautéed in olive oil with garlic, which not only preserves its flavonoids, but also adds heart-healthy fats that help your body absorb its fat-soluble vitamins. The second mistake is eating them alone. This may sound strange, but many of the anti-inflammatory compounds in vegetables need fat to be absorbed effectively. For example, curcumin in turmeric and carotenoids in bok choy are both fat-soluble, meaning they require a small amount of healthy fat, like olive oil, avocado, or nuts, to be absorbed by your digestive system. If you eat turmeric powder in water or raw kale in a fat-free salad, most of the healing nutrients may pass through without being absorbed. That's why traditional dishes often include oil, coconut milk, or ghee, because ancient wisdom knew what science is now proving. Another common oversight? Skipping fermented or raw versions. Red onions, when eaten raw, say in a salad or pickled lightly, retain more anthocyanins than when sautéed. Similarly, adding a small serving of fermented vegetables like kimchi or sauerkraut, if tolerated, can help boost the absorption of antioxidants in other vegetables by feeding the gut bacteria that help regulate inflammation. A healthier gut equals a calmer immune response. And finally, one of the most subtle mistakes? Not chewing thoroughly. As we age, we may rush meals or have dental issues that make chewing harder. But the chewing process activates enzymes in your saliva that begin breaking down plant fibers, making nutrients more bioavailable. Take your time. Chew slowly. Give your digestive system the head start it needs to do its job well. Eating vegetables for anti-inflammatory benefits isn't about forcing down giant salads or flavorless sides. It's about knowing how to prepare them in ways your body can actually use. A simple stir-fry of bok choy and red onion in olive oil with a pinch of turmeric and a sprinkle of black pepper might not look like medicine, but to your joints and your immune system, it's more powerful than any over-the-counter pill. So don't just eat vegetables, unlock their potential. With just a few changes to your routine, you can take the food you already enjoy and turn it into a healing tool for your legs, your heart, and your future. So how do you know it's working? This is one of the most common questions I hear from patients who start making changes to their diet, especially when they're replacing medications with food. Doctor, how do I know the inflammation is really going down? The answer is, your body will start to tell you. Not in dramatic ways, but in subtle, steady shifts that begin to appear over days and weeks. And when you know what to look for, you'll realize your body has been waiting for this relief for a long time. The first and most obvious sign? Morning stiffness starts to ease. For many seniors, getting out of bed used to mean 10 or 15 minutes of slow stretching, sore knees, or that heavy feeling in the hips. But after consistently eating anti-inflammatory vegetables, especially those rich in sulforaphane, anthocyanins, and curcumin, most people report that their joints feel less locked. You might find yourself getting out of bed faster, with fewer creaks and groans. That's your body healing from the inside out. Another early sign is more energy throughout the day. When inflammation is high, your immune system is constantly on alert, using up precious energy. That's why even simple tasks, folding laundry, walking the dog, talking on the phone, can leave you drained. But as inflammation calms, your energy is freed up for you to use. You may notice you don't need that afternoon nap as much, or you find yourself doing one extra chore before sitting down. This isn't just a mood change, it's a metabolic shift, and vegetables play a direct role in that. Next, pay attention to your digestion. If you used to feel bloated after meals or dealt with frequent constipation or discomfort, those symptoms often improve as well. Why? Because inflammation in the gut is one of the most overlooked causes of systemic inflammation. When you feed your gut with vegetables like kale, broccoli, bok choy, and onions, you're also feeding your good bacteria. And a healthier gut means fewer inflammatory signals being sent to your joints, brain, and muscles. You may notice more regular bowel movements, less discomfort after eating, and a sense of lightness you hadn't felt in years. Another indicator is better sleep. Chronic inflammation messes with your sleep hormones. Seniors often find it hard to fall asleep or stay asleep through the night. But when your inflammation levels drop, your body doesn't have to stay in that fight or flight mode. You start sleeping deeper, waking up less during the night, and feeling more refreshed in the morning. Good sleep isn't just a bonus. It's one of the most powerful tools for healing inflammation, creating a positive cycle that keeps building day after day. And here's something unexpected. Your mind clears. Mental fog, forgetfulness, or feeling like you're always 2 steps behind. These can all be signs of neuroinflammation. Foods that reduce inflammation in the body also benefit the brain. In fact, turmeric and flavonoids have been studied for their role in preventing cognitive decline. Many seniors notice that after a few weeks of eating these foods regularly, they feel sharper, more focused, and more in control of their thoughts. That's no coincidence. That's healing. Remember, this is not a quick fix. You're not going to feel all these changes overnight. But within 2 to 4 weeks of eating anti-inflammatory vegetables daily, many people begin to notice real, lasting improvements. Not because they took another pill, but because they gave their body what it's been missing. Real healing nourishment. And when you realize you're walking a little further, sleeping a little better, or smiling more often, those are the signs. You're on the right path. So now you know what these powerful vegetables can do. You've learned what to eat, how to prepare it, and how to spot the signs that your body is healing. But where do you start? For many seniors, the hardest part isn't understanding the benefits. It's building a routine that actually fits into real life. So let me help you with a simple 7-day anti-inflammatory veggie plan. You don't need fancy recipes, expensive groceries, or hours in the kitchen. All you need is a little structure and the willingness to treat food as your most loyal medicine. Day 1. Start your morning with scrambled eggs cooked in olive oil, and add a handful of chopped kale. At lunch, enjoy a bowl of vegetable soup with broccoli, carrots, and onions. For dinner, have grilled fish with a side of sautéed bok choy and brown rice. Sprinkle turmeric and black pepper on top. Don't forget, drink plenty of water to help your cells absorb nutrients more efficiently. Day 2. Begin your day with oatmeal topped with walnuts and a dash of cinnamon. Add a few slices of red onion to your sandwich at lunch, on whole grain bread, of course. For dinner, try roasted cauliflower and broccoli tossed in olive oil and garlic. The goal is to get at least 2 different colors of vegetables on your plate. Day 3. Try a smoothie in the morning with spinach, banana, and a teaspoon of turmeric. At lunch, make a salad with mixed greens, red cabbage, shredded carrots, and a vinaigrette made from olive oil and lemon juice. Dinner can be a stir-fry with bok choy, mushrooms, and bell peppers, served with quinoa. Day 4. Start with a mushroom and onion omelet. For lunch, enjoy a lentil soup with chopped kale and carrots. Dinner can be baked salmon with steamed broccoli and a small side of sweet potato. Turmeric can be mixed into the sweet potato mash. It blends beautifully. Day 5. Have plain Greek yogurt with berries and a drizzle of honey for breakfast. For lunch, a veggie wrap with hummus, cucumber, and red onion works great. Dinner could be a warm bowl of curry with turmeric, bok choy, and chickpeas, served over brown rice. Day 6. Begin with a slice of whole grain toast topped with avocado and red onion. Lunch can be a roasted veggie medley: zucchini, bell peppers, and broccoli. For dinner, try grilled chicken with a kale and quinoa salad, topped with a citrus vinaigrette. Day 7. Let yourself enjoy a warm turmeric latte with almond milk in the morning. Lunch could be a bowl of vegetable stew with carrots, onions, and leafy greens. And for your final dinner of the week, try baked tofu with sautéed bok choy, red onion, and a side of wild rice. Throughout this week, notice how your body responds. Do your joints feel looser? Is your energy more stable? Are your legs carrying you a little easier up the stairs? That's not magic. It's nutrition working at its finest. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Even small daily doses of these anti-inflammatory vegetables can build a foundation of strength, mobility, and long-term health that no over-the-counter pill can match. You're not just eating to survive. You're eating to thrive, to heal, to live fully in this next chapter of life. So, give your body what it truly needs, and let food be the quiet, powerful partner walking beside you. Because at the end of the day, your legs don't just carry your weight. They carry your independence. Let's keep them strong.